All right, good evening, everybody, and this is Jason from Torcon Weather Team, and we are coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio, here at the Torcon Weather Team headquarters and at the weather desk. So we're currently looking at a couple different things. Right now, the storm is not the storm is not making its way into the United States yet. Just getting everybody caught up on that part of it because that question hasn't been asked. If it's in the United States and where's it at and what's it doing? It's not here yet, guys. It is making its way down from Canada, along with the. There it is. Sorry, I lost my cursor on my computer screen. So it is making it's making its push into the United States from Canada. This is going to be a thing. Okay, I want to make that very, very clear. A lot of people are asking, is this really going to be? Yes, this is really going to be a thing. Currently right now on the radar screen, right in front of you guys. National Weather Service early this afternoon started issuing several winter weather advisories, including Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, just because it's not close enough to Ohio yet. Plus, we've got a band of snow coming down from Chicago across Fort Wayne and into northern Ohio, central Ohio. It's going to cross across the from Chicago, the northern portion of Indiana. Not really seeing any winter weather advisories right now for northern Indiana, for the Fort Wayne, Indiana, or Lafayette down to Muncie or anything like that. Not seeing anything like that. But in Ohio, we are seeing winter weather advisories all the way across the state: Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, Cleveland, all the way over to Pittsburgh, down to Parkersburg, and that is not for the storm yet. The storm will be coming in this weekend. Ohio is currently looking at the storm, and a lot of questions I'm getting are from Ohio, actually. But the storm's going to be starting off in the northern and central plains, Nebraska, Kansas, all the way down to even a little bit into Oklahoma. Missouri is in the line of fire. A little bit of Iowa up through a little bit of Davenport, down into St. Louis, all the way over to Indianapolis. I'm talking Kansas City, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland. Cleveland's going to be getting lake effect snow while everybody else is getting the this major snowstorm that's coming across, making its way across the United States. But for right now, Ohio and parts of Indiana are currently under a winter weather advisory for possibly an inch to an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches into heavier portions, uh, from a band of lake effect snow that's coming down from Chicago, coming across northern Indiana and into Ohio. Now, the National Weather Service, Kansas City, St. Louis, Springfield, that's Springfield, Illinois, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Louisville, they have all issued winter storm watches. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing out on anybody there. Um, Up to all the way up to Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, down to Wichita, Kansas. Uh, yeah, so let's go back through and review all these states here because there's a lot of them. Nebraska, including Omaha, Lincoln, Kansas, including Wichita, Kansas City, Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, Springfield, Illinois, all the way up as far as Davenport, Iowa, Louisville, Kentucky, Indianapolis, Cincinnati. Columbus will be in the mix by the time this is said and done. Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus, Parkersburg, Pittsburgh, all the way down to Charleston, West Virginia, and it's going to be moving off to the East Coast and the Mid-Atlantic states. So with this, there is going to be a band of and you're hearing my radar, that whoosh in the background. You're actually hearing my radar um, as it's updating. There's going to be a band of ice that goes across Kansas City, St. Louis, south of Indianapolis. It's going to ride the I-70 corridor. It's going to come through in between Indianapolis and Louisville. So that band of ice is going to shoot all the way across to West Virginia and into the mountains, Parkersburg, Charlesburg, Beckley, Morgantown, all the way over into Washington, D.C. All right, you guys have got to watch out for this ice because we're looking at half an inch to possibly 6/7 of ice, maybe 3/4 of an inch of ice. So you guys need to be on the lookout for that. Make sure you get everything that you need. Make sure that your cell phones are charged. There is going to be power outages with this. This will cause tree branches to break. And with tree branches breaking due to the weight of the ice, they could come down on power lines. Power lines could snap with the weight of the ice. It's going to be a combination of freezing rain and ice. And with the freezing rain, it freezes on contact. So that's something that you need to be aware of. There is going to be power outages with this. If you think that there's not going to be power outages with this, you're only fooling yourself right now. You need to be prepared. Make sure your cell phones are charged. Make sure you have everything that you need. Stay off the road, guys. That is the biggest thing. When you get an ice storm like this coming anywhere, any point in time, here in Ohio, we're actually notorious for ice storms. I've been through several of them, several bad ones. You need to have everything ready to go. Make sure that you've got everything that you need for when the power goes out and things like that. Make sure you have flashlights. Flashlight on your cell phone. Remember, that's going to wear your battery down on your cell phone, and then you're not going to have any communications. So make sure you have flashlights ready to go. Now, north of 70 through Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. North of 70, probably the northern third of the state, northern half of the state, and all of them. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, north of Kansas City, north of St. Louis, Springfield, Illinois, up to Davenport, Iowa, all the way up to Chicago. Chicagoland is actually talking about snow now. These are going to be substantial amounts of snow, not like we saw a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks before Christmas. We're not going to be dealing with anything that bad with the lake effect snow that Cleveland and Erie and Buffalo got. But it is still going to be a major snow event. 10 to 12 inches in some places. You're going to have 8 to 10 inches in other places. You're going to have 4 to 5 inches in other places. As this crosses into the mountains over West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, the ice that we were talking about in the beginning is going to turn to snow at the upper elevations. So make sure you guys are prepared for snow. I don't think with the amount of ice that's going to be coming across Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Maryland is going to get that. You're going to get a couple of inches, and I'm going to go with that right now. It's still pretty far out to start making guesstimations as to how much snow is actually going to fall. Somebody asked me earlier from Ohio, from north central Ohio, actually, how much snow do you think we're going to get? I was actually up in Mount Vernon earlier today, and somebody asked me, well, how much snow do you think we're going to get? Because I made a comment about the snow, of course. And I said, I told them the same thing I'm going to tell you guys. It's still too early to tell. Northern Indiana, northern Ohio, like I said, inch or two tonight. And that's with a little lake effect band that's coming down off the Great Lakes. And it is actually making its way out of Chicago into northern Illinois and across northern Indiana right now. So Ohio, you will be next in that line. But that's just going to be the first wave of it, guys, for Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. This storm is not going to be crippling. I'm going to put that out there now. It is not going to be a 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot. We'll play the Buffalo game. 6 foot. It's not going to be anything like that. This is going to be a major snowstorm. It is going to come hard. It is going to hit fast. It is going to shut schools down on Monday. We're looking at Friday all the way through Monday, Tuesday timeframe. So this is going to have some longevity to it. This is why we need to pay attention to it, because this is going to be it's going to last a few days coming across the country. It's going to cover several states, but it is not going to be a crippling snowstorm like Buffalo had with the 6 foot. And it's not going to be like what Cleveland and Ashtabula, Ohio had a couple weeks ago with the 37, 38 inches. It's not going to be anything like that. And everybody keeps asking questions. I've been sent multiple messages today. I've been asked several questions several times today. Well, how bad is it going to? It's not. 10 to 12 inches of snow is honestly no big deal, guys. It'll shut the schools down for a couple days. You have to stay home for a couple days. Won't be able to drive for a couple days. No big deal. The snow's not the big deal. The snow is not what we're worried about, guys. It's the ice. The ice is the focal point of this entire storm. There is going to be a band that is going to be riding the I-70 corridor, like I said earlier. So, with that, if you are forecasted for ice, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for this. And I'm just putting this out there early. Like I said, this is still a couple days out. Friday, well, tomorrow evening, probably start kicking down into the Kansas and Nebraska, a little bit of Iowa, maybe a little bit into Missouri. But the ice areas are what we need to pay attention to. There is also going to be a chance for severe weather in Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Looking like it's going to just be severe storms, probably a QLCS segment, not like we had last weekend. We will not be having that kind of event again, but this is going to come off of what the winter storm is bringing. So with that, everybody needs to be aware. Torcon Weather Team will be covering this 110%. We are going to be online. We're going to be running live streams on YouTube. We're going to be running live streams on Facebook. So make sure you guys join Torcon Weather Team every time we go live on social media. And make sure you guys are keeping up to date on what is going on. Make sure you're staying in the know. Make sure you have your weather radios handy. Make sure that you're paying attention to broadcast media in your area. We will be covering it on a national level here at Torcon Weather Team, and we are going to make sure that you guys have all the information that you could possibly get from right here at Torcon Weather Team headquarters. As you can see, our live streams have an absolutely new look to them. New ticker down at the bottom. We've got some new graphics on the screen that we have worked very hard to design, and you guys will be able to. You'll be getting your watches and warnings down there on the bottom ticker as they come in. We're going to try to keep those as updated as possible. But with that being said, stay right here with us at Torcon Weather Team, and we will keep you guys as updated as possible as the warnings and watches come out. We will update you guys via social media, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Discord, whether it be Facebook. We're also over on Twitch, so if you're watching us over on Twitch, thank you for tuning in. And that's all we're going to have for tonight, and we'll check back in with you guys in the morning, and we're going to have several of us on here covering it. Myself, Jim Sublet. We're trying to make a decision now whether we're going to go out in the field. This may be, we may activate live chase mode for Indiana and Ohio. So if that's the case, one of our chief meteorologist, Jim Sublet, will probably be jumping in here in my place, and I will be out on the road giving you guys live up-to-date information from out in the storm. So make sure you guys keep it right here, Torcon Weather Team, Facebook, YouTube, all your social medias, and you guys have a good night, and we'll talk at you again in the morning.